2001: A Space Odyssey has to be the weirdest movie I've ever seen in the best way possible. For a person whose screen time average for TikTok is about 7 hours, it's difficult to get my attention and especially so to keep it. For example, sometimes when I'm watching movies, I'll zone out and I'll think about what I'm getting for lunch, or a performance coming up. Or if McLaughlin worked in a restaurant, would he have to wear a hairnet? I don't know, but either way. One of these examples is when we were watching Jaws. The shark guy was going on this monologue about I want to say sharks. I don't know. I was zoning out, but that just goes to show it's difficult to get my attention and to keep it. And the entire time that we were watching this movie, I was engaged the entire time, all the way through.
No. 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 You are creator. That is what you do. That joke is getting old. You gotta move on.
Out of all of the characters throughout the movie, my favorite would have to be Hal. And that's because I feel like this movie could be really cool if it was told from Hal's perspective. One of the questions that came up throughout this movie a lot was, did the monolith cause evolution, or was it there simply to witness it? And to the people that believe that it was there to cause evolution and cause all the issues, I believe that they are the same type of people to blame others or other objects for their own faults. For example, they are the type to hit something in the road with the bottom of their car and break their car and cause severe damage and blame the object in the road. That's just an example. No relation to me at all whatsoever. Anyway, like I said before, I feel like this movie could be told well from Hal's perspective. And honestly, you can't really blame Hal for like everything that happened. He heard that the astronauts wanted to deactivate them, and so he wanted to survive, and the only way to do that was to kill the astronauts. In other words, in my own opinion, Dave shot first. My favorite line of dialogue would have to be when Hal was singing his Daisy song while being powered off. This was incredibly heartbreaking, but also at the same time created a sense of closure and safety. As I mentioned earlier that my favorite character was Hal, I also felt a moment of victory when Dave achieved his goal. The Daisy song was eerie and made me feel as if something bad was about to happen. Overall, this movie did a fantastic job of making me feel something, which is very difficult for a movie to do, for me at least. My favorite shot would have to be the cut take from The Apes, played by Mimes, by the way. He interviewed dancers, actors, all these people, and ended up going with Mimes because he liked their movement better. But anyway, my favorite shot would have to be the cut from the apes throwing the bone to the space shuttle. This shot was not as clean as it could be. If the ship was spinning, it would look cleaner, and this leads me into what I would change about the movie. Now, of course, this isn't the only part that I would change about the movie. Another part that I would change is the time where the astronaut is released from his tether. It was hilarious to watch. Hold up, let's rewind. Zoom! But in all seriousness, it took me away from this intense and emotional response, and although it may be what would actually happen in space, the main takeaway is that the audience isn't actually there. It may feel like we are, but we're not actually. When we watch kids fall on the internet, we can easily laugh because we don't have personal connection with the kid. All we know is what has been put in front of the screen. But the others in the video have that connection and instantly become concerned and scared that the kid got hurt, and then they can laugh about it later. My point is that the audience tends to have a different reaction when placed behind a screen, and if the astronaut had moved slower or more smoothly, I feel like that would have helped towards keeping this intense moment. Overall, Stanley Kubrick did an amazing job, and he was extremely attentive to detail that he learned from NASA's space engineers and people like that. And he was concerned that we would discover aliens before his movie released, and so he took out alien insurance to ensure that his movie would make some sort of money. Anyway, overall, 2001: A Space Odyssey by far is my favorite movie that I watched in this class that was made before the 1970s, excluding the man, the myth, the legend that is Alfred Hitchcock, and would make an incredible movie to watch under the influence. When of legal age, of course.